my peepers. Welcome to Shalene's Creativity Room. It is Flosstube number 30. Yes. It probably won't be very long. I don't have a lot to show you. I haven't bought anything. I'm still waiting for a piece of fabric to come in, and it's been a couple weeks. Other than that, I don't have anything else coming in. Yeah, so let's just get on with the show. So I do have 3 finishes. I stitched last weekend what did I do last weekend? Watch the Olympics. And I stitched on this. It's by JBW Designs. It's a Very Merry Summer. There's 2 versions. There's the red and blue version, and then on the back is the aqua color version. So I don't know why they didn't show that bigger, but anyway, so I did the red and blue one first. This is done on 28 count Monaco. It's a cream color. And I enjoyed this. I used on this one sampler threads and Weeks Dye Works. So I've got both of them on here. This was really fun to stitch up. And I did the aqua color. So, yeah, aqua model. And this used sampler threads and Weeks Dye Works. There's only 2 colors in this one. But they're an overdyed thread, and I don't know what this is. This is linen, that much I know, and it's natural color. But the label on it did not say what count it was. I'm thinking it was 32. No, I think it's 28. It looks like it's the same size as this one. I think it's 28. I don't know. I had fun stitching that. So I have this. And the first, I got the 2 new patterns for the Halloween Stitch-A-Lon by Shannon Christine. So these are the 2 that were given to us. Hocus Pocus, I Put a Spell on You. And I did all the stitching. When I have all 8 of them done, then I will add the beads. But for now, I'm just stitching because I use Q stamps. So these are the 2 I just did. Trick or Treat. Oh, I showed you the wrong ones, didn't I? Yeah, that was July. This is August. These are the 2 I just did. Trick or Treat and Come In for a Spell. So, yeah, Trick or Treat. Look at, isn't that cute? Love the colors. I had to frog half the dragon. I had half the dragon done and I was off and I couldn't fix it. So sometimes I can just kind of fudge it and it'll come out okay, but I had to frog half of it. And then I did Come In for a Spell. So there is all 4. I'm loving this. So the next 2 will come down here and through here. So yeah, so it's half done. It's for 4 months. It started in July, so on the 1st of every month we get the PDF in our emails. When you're signed up, it was free. I think it was free. No, it's not free. Sorry, this one's not free. This one you pay $8 a month, I think, for 4 months. So I'm having fun. And then I decided, I usually work out of one big floss box for everything. except for my big projects, but I put them on a ring, and I'm not sure if I'd like it because the floss gets all tangled up. But that's it. That's all the colors I needed. So it went on that. So those are the only things I have stitched on since my last Flosstube. But I do have other things to show that I will be working on in the future. So don't forget the Stitch-A-Lon for Oh Christmas Tree starts September 1st. If you have not bought this chart yet, go to 123 Stitch or Fat Quarter Shop and purchase it. The company is All Through the Night, and the pattern is Oh Christmas Tree. I am using the fabric that it calls for. I think that's what. And I'm using the floss that it calls for. There's also a Facebook group for this. The link is down below. Please join only if you are stitching this chart. There are questions you need to answer before you are accepted. Again, that starts September 1st and it's for 6 months. Let's see. I'm still working on my Hade, which is Fly Butterfly by Ching Chow Kiewit. I have not stitched on this in like 2 weeks. It might be next in rotation, but that is how much. So usually whenever it's in rotation, I do a whole column. So I will do another column. So I've done page 1 and 2, and then I'm on page 3. There's only 4 pages to this. And I'm doing this on 25 count, and I gridded it myself now that I know that there's gridded fabric now, because I started this back in 2009 and it was in celebration of Fairy Day. So I will continue to work on that. I don't know if it will be done this year, but definitely by the end of next year it will be done. Yeah, Celebration of Fairy Day 2009. It was a freebie back then. So, yeah, I'm doing that. I'm enjoying that one. I have so many Hades I want to do, and some that I've already started. Okay. I'm still working on, where's the fabric? I'm still working on the Animal Crossing Stitch-A-Lon. This is a freebie on Cunning Stitch. What is it called? Let me get it out for you. Yes, Cunning. And there's a Facebook group, Cunning Cross Stitch group, but it's the Animal Crossing Stitch-A-Lon. And so she sent, you know, you go to the website, you got the frame first. I think they gave you the frame back in November. Then starting January 15th and the 15th of every month, they give you one of the characters from Animal Crossing. So those are the ones I have done so far. So we have Gulliver, we have the Blather the Owl, we have the Able Sisters, we have Tom Nook, we have Timmy and Tommy Nook, we have Flick and CJ, and we have Oliver, something like that. He's the dodo bird from the airport. So still working on that. So I will have the new pattern for August on the 15th. And that is a Christmas gift to my son. He does not know about it. I'm going to give it to him when it's done on Christmas Day the way it is, and he can choose whether he wants it made into a pillow or me to frame it. So during that 24 hours of cross-stitch weekend, I had finished 3 things, which I showed in my last Flosstube, and then I decided to work on an old UFO. So I have this magazine. It is no longer in publication, and I am stitching, if I can find it. Called S is for Stitcher. So it'll look like this when it's done. And I forgot when I started this. It was a long time ago. So I had this half done. And then during that 24 hours of cross stitch, I did all that. So this is how much I have done. This is on 28 count Monaco. It's my favorite fabric. I don't know why. It's soft, but it's really, it's a heavy material. I think that's why I like it. But I really, really like this. This is done with DMC. It calls for a lot of charms. I don't know where I'm going to get the charms. I'm going to have to scout around for them. So that might be another purchase I need to do, is to find those. I'm going to keep this out because I need to teach a few people something. I told you this was going to be a short video. And I am still working on my Halloween gnomes. This is from Etsy, and it is Green Terrence is the company on Etsy. They're called Halloween Gnomes. There's 48 colors and 1 blend. I love them. So every time this is in rotation, I do 1 more. So I have 4 of them done, so I'm halfway there. It may be done the end of this year. Aren't they cute though? Yeah, I'm loving these. I'm really, really loving these. DMC floss. Maybe I'll check this out too. Okay. So that's what I've been working on. Now I have shout outs for 3 floss tubers. JBW Designs Cross Stitch has a YouTube channel. They are the ones that made this. So go check them out. I will have the link down below. Kale's Crafts. She does Flosstube. She diamond paints. And I think she does a few other crafts. She has a live stream every Sunday. Go check her out. She is a hoot. I really, really like her. And I will have her link down below. I just found Dizzy Stitcher, and he also has a Facebook group. So does Kale's Crafts. I will put the links down below for their YouTube and their Facebook groups. Dizzy Stitcher, I believe he's the one that does a lot of the Hades or full cross stitch pieces. So yeah, go check them out. Okay, so the other thing I was asked to explain on my channel is how to know what size fabric you need for what you are working on. Now, this is the easy. It's so simple. I was taught this from a cross stitch store back in like the year 2000, 1999, 2000, when I first went online. I found out about this cross stitch store that's not too far from me, and it's still in business. And she showed me how you cut your fabric, how to know what size. Since then, people now have fabric calculators online. How they do theirs, I don't know, but it always seems to come out the same. So I taught my friend Danielle how to do this. Danielle's in all my live streams. She's in my Zooms. And she saw that someone else had a YouTube channel and their fabric wasn't cut right. So Danielle asked me to teach you guys how to calculate fabric. Simple. So simple. Okay, where's my phone? I need my phone for the calculator. I know the calculator's on my laptop too, but I just put my purse somewhere so I wouldn't lose it. Really? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Well, where is my phone? I had my phone. Well, I might help you guys. Okay, I hear it. So it's up here on the table somewheres. Amid my pile. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. It was in front of my face, of course. Okay. Get a piece of paper and a pen. Are you ready? Okay, let me find my calculator. This is so simple. So, you figure out what your count is. So, for these gnomes, the count is 191 by 150. So, you use whatever size count of fabric you are using. So say you are using 14 count, okay? Okay, so you're going to take that 191 wide, divide it by 14, that comes to 13.64, so you're going to round it up to 14 inches. Then you're going to add 6 inches on, so you have 3 inches on each side. So that's another 6 inches. That comes to 19.64. So you need 20 inches wide and 150 high divided by 14 equals 10.71. Add 6 inches onto that. Comes out to 16.71. So you're going to round that up to 17. Easy peasy. You do the same thing if it's 16 count. You're going to take that 191, divide it by 16, comes to 11.93. You're going to add 6 inches onto that. That's 17.93, rounded up to 18 inches. For the wide, it's 150 wide. Divide that by 16. Equals 9.375, add 6 inches to that, so that's 15.375, so round it up. You could get away with 15 inches or you can make it to 16 inches. Okay, now for those of you that do 2/1, that's easy also. So like 28 count, you're doing it 2/2, I mean. If you're doing it 2/2, 28 count is 14 count in half because you're doing it over 2 squares, which makes it a 14 count. So you would do the same thing, divide it by 14, not by 28, but by 14. Unless you are doing it over 1. If you're doing it over 1, you're going to want to divide it by 28. Same thing with a 32 count. If you're going to do a pattern on 32 count, you divide it by 16 count if you're doing it over 2. If you're doing it over 1, you're going to divide it by 32 count. So if we take that 191 and say we're going to do this over 1 and do it on 28 count, then you're going to divide that by 28. And that comes to 6.82 inches. Add another 6 onto that, and you come to 12.82, so that's 13 inches. Do you understand that? To me, it's very, very, very simple. When I've been doing this since 1999, and yeah, it is so easy. I am never off. I've never been short on fabric. That's how I was taught. I don't know how they teach them now. The way that some of my friends have told me how they were taught, it's too confusing. I told them that's the Common Core. Sorry, for those of you that are teachers, Common Core math makes no freaking sense. I'm sorry. I love you guys who are ever my friends that are teachers. Love you guys. You guys do an amazing job. But that Common Core math makes no sense. So that is the easy way to know how to cut your fabric. I have a couple friends, they're still new to trying to figure out so they can order their fabric. One of them told me the count that the store told her that they would cut for her, and it's like, no, you're not going to have enough fabric, honey. Nope. I don't know what they were thinking, but there was no way there was going to be enough fabric for it. So if you have any other questions about cutting the fabric, let me know. If you cut your own fabric, or if you get it cut for you and they don't do anything to the edges, if you have even an older sewing machine, do a zigzag on the edges all around the fabric. It won't unravel if you do a zigzag. Some people have the sergers. Is that what they are? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, they serge the edges. Also, I have a bottle of Fray Check. Is it here? I keep a bottle of Fray Check, and I use that to put on the edges of my fabric. Fray Check you can get at Joann's. Michael's might have it. It's just a bottle. It must be in the pockets because I don't see it. I have it right here, but it must be I put it in one of the pockets. I don't know. There it is. Fray Check. Fray Check. Put that all around the edges of your fabric. It will stop it from fraying. Let it sit out overnight for it to dry because it is liquid and it takes a couple hours to dry. So usually when I get ready to do a project, I will pull it out a few days before I know I'm going to start it. I put this on the edges and I let it sit out. Usually sometimes I'll like drape it over a clothes hanger and let it dry. But yeah, I like my Fray Check. And that's it for today. I told you it was going to be a short one. I didn't have a lot to show you guys. Oh, the Halloween stitch-along. That's the other thing I want to show you. What is this one? There's that. Do I have that in here? Okay, we have the Halloween stitch-along. It's out of the Just Cross Stitch 2021 Halloween special. It's going on now. It started August 1st and it runs for 6 months. And we are doing Hocus Pocus, I Need Coffee to Focus. Somebody's changing the word coffee to chocolate, which will be so cute. But yeah, this runs for 6 months. Stitcherista joined, we have a Facebook group. It's run by Brian. Brian Diamond Paints, I think his channel is. Stitcherista already did this, and she finished it on a scrapbook board like she does. It is so cute. So, yeah. So, I have the fabric for that, and I used the fabric it called for. So, I will be starting mine on the 20th, just because I have other things going on. And I'm a fast stitcher, and they told me I'm not allowed to finish mine yet. So the Stitch-A-Lawn Facebook group, I will have the link down below. Also, if you have a lot of projects, you have a lot of things kitted up, you have a lot of whips, UFOs, we have a group called 22 Stash Be Gone. So it's 22 Stash Be Gone. I will have the Facebook group linked below. And whatever you have purchased up until December 31st of this year, you can use all of next year to you can have new starts. If you're doing cross stitching, then you have to, I think, already have the fabric. The only way you can change the fabric is if you don't like the fabric you're using, or if it's not the right size. It was too small. Otherwise, you can buy floss, because you always need more floss. You run out of floss. Coloring, diamond painting, any craft out there that you like to do, and you have it on the back burner, 22 Stash Be Gone. We are working from the stash we already own. And you had to have purchased it up until December 31st of this year. And we're starting at January 1st. It's for the whole year. I told them they better be doing this for 22, 23, 24, 25, because I have that much stash just in cross stitching, not let alone coloring. So that is it for today. Like I said, I will have the Facebook groups are linked down below. The 3 Flosstube shoutouts will be linked down below. Shannon Christine for that Halloween stitch-along I'll have linked down below. Animal Crossing, I can have that linked down below. Let me make sure I mark that. Links, Halloween stitch-along. And Animal Crossing. So I will have all the links down below, and hopefully I'll have more to show you next week if I accomplish anything this week. Let's see what is next on my agenda. I'm not sure. Next in rotation for cross stitching, I don't remember. But that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have had a great time with your stitching and you're getting a lot accomplished. Because if you're like me, you have more than you can ever do in your lifetime. And that's it for today. Love you guys. Bye-bye.